Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always excited to be back.
This time we're gonna travel back to the golden age of synths
Taking a trip back in time. Love it.
to explore a true icon, the Minimoog.
A classic.
We've got blueprints, anecdotes from the era,
The whole shebang.
the whole shebang, yeah. Get ready to hear how this, unassuming instrument went from, like he said, a happy accident
Yeah.
to a musical revolution.
And what a revolution it was.
Ah.
Even today, it's just, the Minimoog's impact on music is undeniable.
Absolutely. But okay, let's rewind. Back to the beginning.
Okay.
We're talking late 1960s here. Synths existed.
Yeah, they were around, yeah.
But, they weren't exactly portable or user-friendly like
Yeah.
the instruments we know today.
Yeah.
Paint us a picture. What was the scene like back then?
Okay, so imagine this. Gigantic, complex machines, often costing as much as a house. Mostly relegated to, university labs and maybe a handful of really well-heeled recording studios. Robert Moog and his company, they were known for these behemoths.
Okay.
Sophisticated, powerful, but definitely not for the faint of heart or light of wallet, let's just say that.
A far cry from the synths we see today.
Oh, absolutely.
So how on earth did we go from these synth-sized behemoths to something as compact and, dare I say, cool as the Minimoog?
It's a great story. It's a story of ingenuity, a dash of rebellious engineering, and honestly, a whole lot of luck. You see, the Minimoog wasn't some grand plan,
Okay.
hatched by Robert Moog himself. It actually started with a group of his engineers.
Really?
Yeah, tinkering away on a side project, almost in secret.
Okay, now that's what I call a deep dive.
Yeah.
Secret synth labs, rebellious engineers, it's all very exciting. What were these maverick engineers up to?
They were driven by practicality. They wanted to create a synth that was portable, reliable, and most importantly, affordable. Imagine a synth for the working musician, not just the academics in the top-tier studios.
Yeah. A synth for the people. What a concept. What were some of the design choices they made to achieve this? Shrinking down those massive synths couldn't have been easy.
No, it wasn't. They had to get creative. In fact, legend has it that the very first Minimoog prototype involved literally sawing a keyboard in half.
Wow.
Talk about a hack. But, beyond the size, they really focused on simplifying the design, making it more robust.
So they focused on making it accessible, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But we know the Minimoog, it became legendary for its sound.
Absolutely.
How did they achieve that?
Yeah.
Did those engineers just stumble upon, sonic gold by accident?
You're spot on about the accident part. Remember those 3 oscillators we see in the blueprints you brought?
Yeah.
They're crucial, right? They generate the raw sound waves.
Right.
Now, because of a quirk in the Minimoog's power supply, those oscillators never quite synced up perfectly.
And this happy accident is what gave the Minimoog its signature sound.
Precisely. It created these subtle phasing effects, that warmth, that richness that you just didn't hear in other synths. It's those imperfections, those unexpected elements that breathed life into the Minimoog and made it so appealing to musicians.
It's fascinating how a technical hiccup can lead to something so sonically groundbreaking.
It really is.
But, having an amazing instrument is one thing.
Yeah.
Getting it into the hands of musicians, that's another thing entirely. How did the Minimoog break free from the lab and find its way onto stages and studios around the world?
Well, that's where our story takes an interesting turn. We'll get to meet the man who essentially became the Minimoog's biggest champion, a musician with an almost evangelical zeal for this new instrument, David Van Covering.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this David Van Covering.
Well, he wasn't an engineer.
Okay.
He wasn't a businessman. He was a musician who truly understood the game-changing potential of what the Minimoog represented.
Yeah.
He saw it not just as a new instrument, but as a tool that could unlock a world of new sounds
Okay.
and reshape the musical landscape. And he was determined to share that vision with the world.
So he was like the Johnny Appleseed of synths,
He really was.
spreading the Minimoog gospel far and wide. What did this musical evangelism look like in practice? How did he get people excited about this new instrument?
Well, he was incredibly creative and unconventional in his approach.
Okay.
He knew the Minimoog had to be experienced to be truly understood.
Yeah.
Forget dry technical specs and brochures.
Right.
Van Covering was all about showcasing the instrument's raw sonic power.
Okay, I'm hooked. Give me the details. What did he do?
He started by getting Minimoogs into the hands of as many musicians as possible,
Smart.
doing demos in music stores, appearing at industry events, anywhere he could get in front of a crowd and let the Minimoog sing.
I can only imagine those early demos. It must have been like witnessing something truly groundbreaking, a glimpse into the future of music.
You're right. It was electric.
Yeah.
But perhaps his most audacious move,
Okay.
and something that really captures Vancouverian spirit, was this event he staged called the Island of Electronicus.
Island of Electronicus.
Yeah.
That sounds intriguing and a little bit mysterious. What was it? Some kind of exclusive synth summit?
It's a story in itself. Imagine this.
Yeah.
A private island
Okay.
owned by none other than Glenn Bell.
Wow.
Yes, the Taco Bell founder.
Wow.
Transformed into this psychedelic playground of cutting-edge music technology.
Wow.
Vancouvering invited musicians, artists, anyone curious about the future of sound to experience the Minimoog in all its glory.
Wow. A Taco Bell funded synth utopia. That's a connection I wouldn't have expected, but it does make sense.
Yeah.
Both Taco Bell and the Minimoog represented a break from the ordinary, a celebration of something new and exciting.
You've hit the nail on the head. It was a brilliant marketing move, tapping into the counterculture of the time and the sense that anything was possible.
Yeah.
The Island of Electronicus became legendary.
Wow.
And while not everyone could attend,
Right.
word of mouth spread like wildfire.
Word of mouth is powerful, especially when you're talking about something as revolutionary as the Minimoog.
Oh, absolutely.
So the instrument had this charismatic champion.
Right.
It had this aura of cool.
Yeah.
But ultimately, its success came down to the music, right?
Of course.
How did the Minimoog actually change the way music was made and played?
He was transformative.
Yeah.
For keyboardists in particular, the Minimoog was a revelation.
Okay.
Before, they were often confined to the background, playing pianos or organs,
Yeah.
providing accompaniment.
Right.
But the Minimoog, this was an instrument that could roar, that could soar, that could hold its own with any guitar god on stage.
So the Minimoog allowed keyboardists to finally step into the spotlight to become sonic explorers in their own right.
Exactly. They weren't just keeping rhythm.
Yeah.
They were unleashing fat bass lines, searing leads, otherworldly soundscapes.
Wow.
It was a new era for keyboard players.
I can practically hear it now, those iconic Minimoog sounds that became synonymous with a whole generation of music. Are there any specific musicians or bands that come to mind when you think about the Minimoog's impact?
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
One name that immediately springs to mind is Rick Wakeman,
Okay.
the legendary keyboardist for the band.
Yes.
He was so captivated by the Minimoog's versatility that he famously used 5 of them simultaneously on stage.
5 Minimoogs. That's a lot of sonic firepower. What was the thinking behind that setup?
It was about instant access to a universe of sounds.
Okay.
Each Minimoog would be programmed with a different sound, allowing him to switch between them seamlessly during performances.
Oh, wow.
It created this incredible wall of sound, a sonic tapestry that could shift and evolve in ways no one had ever heard before.
It sounds incredible, and it really highlights how the Minimoog pushed the boundaries of what was possible in live performance.
It certainly did. And Wakeman wasn't alone. The Minimoog's influence transcended genres. From the progressive rock grandeur of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, to the gritty funk of Parliament, to the electronic innovations of Kraftwerk, the Minimoog wormed its way into the hearts and studios of musicians across the spectrum.
It's amazing to think about this one instrument having such a profound influence on such a diverse range of musical styles.
It really is.
It speaks to the Minimoog's versatility,
Yeah.
its ability to be molded to fit the artist's vision.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just a passing fad either.
Right.
The original Minimoog enjoyed a remarkable 13-year production run,
Wow.
with over 12,000 units finding their way into the hands of musicians.
That's an incredible legacy for an instrument that, as you said, started as a bit of a happy accident.
It really is. You know, it makes you wonder how many other happy accidents are out there just waiting to be discovered.
Right.
The Minimoog story is a testament to the power of experimentation,
Yeah.
of daring to tinker and explore the unknown.
It's a reminder that innovation often comes from the most unexpected places.
It does.
Not always from grand designs,
Right.
but from a willingness to embrace, I don't know, the unpredictable.
Exactly. And even though the original Minimoog is no longer in production,
Right.
its sound continues to resonate today.
Oh, yeah.
You hear its influence in everything.
Yeah.
From modern synthwave and electronic music
Yeah.
to film scores and popular songs.
It's true. That warm analog sound, those unmistakable phasing effects, they never get old.
Yeah.
And there are countless software emulations and modern synths inspired by the Minimoog,
Oh, yeah.
ensuring that its legacy lives on, for generations to come.
It's a testament to the enduring power of a truly innovative instrument.
Yeah.
The Minimoog wasn't just a technological marvel. It was a catalyst for creativity,
Right.
a tool that expanded the sonic palette for musicians across genres.
It's a legacy that continues to inspire musicians and music lovers to this day.
Well, I think we've surfaced from this deep dive with a newfound appreciation for the Minimoog. This,
Yeah.
I don't know, unassuming little synth born from a happy accident and championed by some really passionate individuals changed the course of music history.
It certainly did. And it reminds us that sometimes the most influential creations are the ones that break the mold,
Yeah.
challenge conventions,
Yeah.
and dare to be different.
Words to live by, wouldn't you say? So next time you hear that signature Minimoog sound,
Yeah.
take a moment to appreciate, I don't know, the confluence of creativity,
Right.
ingenuity, and maybe even a little bit of luck that brought it to life.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us on this sonic adventure. Until next time, keep exploring, keep listening, and keep that spirit of discovery alive.